Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to another episode of Nufftingz Speaks with Nufftingz, your host, which is I. All right, so we got to talk about something that I saw today, and I was just like, bruh, come on. So I watched, you know how VladTV does parts? So he always has Tony Yayo on there, right? And I love me some Tony Yayo. Tony Yayo is just, he's that guy. But sometimes he says stuff, and it's like, bro, you need to calm down. So, and also, I don't understand how he doesn't see how Vlad is playing him for a fool. So let's get into this now. So, during one of the parts, I think it was released either yesterday or today, he was asked about Juvenile. You know, Juvie, dude that did Back That Ass Up, and I'm a rapper, I'm still a gorilla. You understand? Like, Juvie was that dude back in the day. Like, he came up with some good music, and Manny Fresh was there, right? I probably butchered me saying that, but doing that verse, but hey, I tried. All right. So Juvie was doing an interview with a podcast I've never seen before, but it was a lady, and something. The question that came up was about how Juvie helped 50 Cent hook up with Eminem, right? So if y'all are too young to remember this, or if you an old head like me, back in like the 2000s, like the early 2000s, like 50 Cent was doing underground music, right? And most people, unless you were really in the underground scene, didn't really know, right? I had friends that were in the underground stuff, and they really loved 50 Cent. And 50 Cent sounded totally different before he got shot, because I guess because he got shot in the mouth, and like his whole the way how he sounded changed, right? I don't remember because I wasn't really bumping 50 Cent back then. I was listening to dancehall, but I was bumping, the stuff on BET too. Like I was weird. And yeah, so and I was honestly at that time, I was more of a Hot Boys fan, to be honest with you. But so 50 Cent linked up with Eminem after a while. So Juvie's trying to say that he was the reason why they hooked up. Like he sort of opened the door for him to hook up, because the problem with G Unit and 50 was they were beefing with everybody. And I mean everybody. Like everybody wanted, some of 50 Cent's butt. I remember a rumor that was going on when I was a kid where it was like 50 Cent was paying his bodyguards 50 grand a month to protect him back then. Like, I don't know. Like, it's probably bullshit, but it was just funny because you're like, yo, where does he get the money? But anyways, so Juvie's explaining, and during the interview, Tony Yayo keeps telling Vlad to cut it off. Like, yo, pause, let me respond. And he did it like 3 times, right? The thing was, when he would do that, he would like then say the exact same thing Juvie was saying, but he was trying to make it seem like Juvie's lying and that 50 was just that guy, and that they were going to meetings and meeting with record labels and whatever, right? And I'm like, okay, hold on. So there's a couple things I want to say about that. I understand what he's saying, but we also have to remember something too, and I think Tony Yayo needs to understand this himself. You were not 50 Cent. You weren't the businessman. You were the soldier. You were the guy, as a lot of them were, that would have took the bullet for 50, and it would have shot the bullet for 50. So you being in the boardrooms, you might have been there for a couple, but maybe you weren't that guy, and 50 was like, yo, you know what? You don't need to come anymore. But that doesn't mean you were at every board meeting. Like right now, with the stuff 50's doing, are you at these board meetings? Because the thing is, whenever questions are asked about 50, he doesn't seem to know much. And I think 50 is one of those smart dudes that only lets a certain amount be told to his boys, right? You give them enough so they can eat, but you don't give them too much. And that's really what I feel 50 did, because 50 is a very intelligent man. Like, look at the stuff he's doing. He's not trying to jeopardize that because you ghetto as hell. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not saying Tony Yayo's ghetto, but you keep your soldiers at a distance, right? You feed them, but you make sure they're not too involved because they could ruin what you're doing, and you can't feed nobody. So now, my whole thing is, like, when I watch these interviews, sometimes I start to get ghetto myself. Like, I start to go back to the way I used to be. like not ghetto, but like, that whole gang mentality. Like I'm an old man now. I'm an unk. I'm not like that anymore, but sometimes it creeps up on you. Now, when he would when you would tell Vlad to stop the interview, like pause the video, right? He would say his stuff, and it was like it was just gibberish, honestly. Like he's just mumbling nonsense to make it seem like they did it all on their own and there was no outside help. But when he goes to the next part, when, Vlad unpaused it, he then starts answering what Tony Yayo was saying. And he was like, yo, because people weren't messing with G Unit. And you see, that's the other thing people need to understand too. These record labels don't care if you can make them $5 million, because if it's going to cause them issues with their company, stocks will drop, whatever, they're the people that, what the hell, not donate, but people, oh my God, I'm having a brain fart here. People that invest in their company and whatever, they're not trying to jeopardize it for one, group of guys that could make the money now, but 10 years down the road ain't going to make no money for them, because there's always more talent, right? So like if having someone that is prone to get shot, or there's always going to be gang violence or something, they don't need to sign that. It's not like they have to, like they would love to, but if it's going to destroy their reputation, why would they do it, right? So now back onto this whole thing with Yayo, right? So he's trying to sit there and say like, yo, Juvie helped them a little bit. He didn't help, or they didn't help them. He didn't help them at all. They didn't help, sorry, Juvie didn't help them at all, and whatever, right? Okay. Well, the thing that I noticed too, and this is to show you that Vlad is a goddamn snake. Tony Yayo's supposed to be his homeboy, right? And this is why I don't regard Vlad as a homeboy of any men of color, right? He only fucks with y'all because it betters his platform, right? It's like the other day when I saw him talking about, like he posted on Michael Jai White, and now we got the Bruce Lee award, right? And he's like, my friend, Michael Jai White. And I'm like, who the fuck talks like that, bro? Like, yo, if I say, yo, like, oh, it's like if one of my homies does something and I post that on a story on Instagram, I don't go, guys, my friend, he did something really good. I don't do that shit. That's fucking stupid. Like, why would I say that? What I say is, something like, yo, check out this shit. Right? Or I might say that. I might go, yo, my homeboy, or whatever. Or I just share it and not say a fucking word. Like, I don't understand. Like, it's just the way we said it. It got me cringed a little bit. He was like, my friend. And I was like, bro, you good? Like, calm down, bro. Like, it's like when he would do it, he put his hands together like, my friend. It was weird as fuck, okay? Now, this is the same dude that he'll ask questions like he'll ask Michael Jai White a question like, yo man, I heard your wife was hanging out with Tupac. Was she getting slammed by Tupac? That's what he's trying to get out of you, bro. And this is your homeboy. Now, here's the thing though. All right, okay, look. So with the Tony Yayo thing, right? You're telling me, bro, that you see your homeboy on camera that you're gonna post looking like a dumbass, and you don't think either cut the shit or say, yo, you pause it and say, yo, just listen to the whole thing and give a response. Like, or, do something, bro. Like, you literally made him look stupid. And that's your boy. That's your man's, bro. And it's like, if that's your homie, bro, I would hate to see your enemies, man. Because, like, who wants a homie like that? Like, real shit. Like, who wants a motherfucking homie like that? If I'm acting the fool and my boys are there and they don't correct me and say, yo, you're looking stupid right now, motherfucker. Shut the fuck up. If I don't hear that, bro, are we even boys? Like, you literally posted this shit and now everybody saw. And if you saw the comment section, bro, they drilled him no Diddy oil. Like, they drilled Yayo hardcore, and they made him look dumb as fuck. And this is why I like Aries, because Aries will come on there and talk some shit. and tell him to shut the fuck up sometimes. Like, bro, shut the fuck up. You're always cutting people off. And this is what I'm saying too. This is a platform where he cuts everybody off. How come we didn't cut him off when he was acting like a dumb shit responding to the juvie shit? How come we didn't cut him off then? Because he knew if he let him talk, he'll dig himself a hole, look stupid, and it's content. Those are views now. Now you're going to get engagement out the wazoo, out the ass, because people are going to comment and say, what the fuck's wrong with Yayo? He's talking shit. Like, people were even saying shit like, why are you, yo, get off this, bro. You wrong. Like, yo, this is not your topic to be talking about. And honestly, bro, Vlad should have been the homeboy and said, yo, bro, cut this shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, these are parts, bro. It's not like this is live. You know what I'm saying? He could have cut him off and said, yo, hold on. Look, man, listen to this whole shit with Juvie. Let's redo this shit. Listen to this whole shit with Juvie and then respond. Because guess what, y'all? At the end, when Juvie said that 50 Cent wrote this in his book and said that Juvie was the reason why they met up with Eminem, then he goes, oh, shit. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, then, okay, then it's real then, because if it's in 50 Cent's book. And I'm like, so you never read 50's book? So you're sitting there glazing 50 all the time, and you never read his book, which then tells me that 50 Cent don't tell you everything, which is what I just said, 5 minutes ago? That he never told his soldiers everything because you can't tell them everything, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, he never told them that, because that was information that they don't need to know. So you didn't know. So this is why I don't understand why Vlad even asked. Like, those are questions you ask 50. You don't ask Yayo that. You don't ask Buck that. You don't ask Game that. You don't ask any of the guys that, well, Game wasn't really part of it that long. But you don't ask those dudes. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't sit there and be like, yo, man, I heard 50 got his startup because of Juvenile. How the fuck are they gonna know? These were the guys that 50 had to get his come up first, and then these guys rolled up behind him. How would they know? Like, they would not know that. Like, he's not gonna tell them, because this is what I'm saying. Like, this is gang mentality too, right? You keep your friends close, but not that close. You know what I'm saying? Especially dudes that were getting locked up all the time. Dudes that would, snap for no reason. Like, young dudes that will shoot you for anything. Those type of dudes. Like, like, these were guys that you had protect you because you were the guy with the vision. They never had a vision. Their visions all stem from what 50 said. And I mean, isn't that how a lot of them do? Like, Diddy had his group. Jay-Z had his group. Look at Jay-Z now. Do you see him rolling with any of those guys anymore? Like, they're on different worlds. They're in different worlds now. They're on different playing fields. And there's nothing wrong with that. But my whole thing is, Vlad should have corrected him and said, yo, homeboy, let's pause this shit. Let's talk for a second. You're looking dumb. You know what I'm saying? You should have let me listen to this. Let me let you listen to this shit and see what Juvie said, get the whole thing. Because this is why I don't understand. Like, but like I said, I still can't get over this part. He never lets people talk. He cuts everybody off. How come he didn't cut him off this time? Because he knew it was going to make him look fucking stupid, which is going to get Vlad clicks, right? It's why I don't, like, dude, I'm going to tell you straight up, man. I don't fuck with Vlad. Like, I'm a small channel. I'm a nobody, right? But I'm going to be real with you. If Vlad had me come on his platform, I would not let him fucking do shit like that with me. I would tell him to go fuck himself. I'm gonna be dead ass with y'all, man. I'm Jamaican blood. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? It's like the same thing with him and Godfrey. Like, they're beefing, and he's bringing up, Vibes Cartel said this, and it's like, shut the fuck up, man. Like, Vibes Cartel don't rate you for shit, and you know this, bro. One thing people don't understand about black culture. It's not everybody. I mean, this is every culture, but we're speaking specifically on black culture. Black culture will always defend black culture, right? But there's problems that, like, if it's against white people, like, black people love to fight with each other, especially in Jamaican culture. Like, let me say, not black culture, Jamaican culture. Let's go Jamaican for a second. Okay. Vibes Cartel isn't going to sit there and praise Vlad. He'll praise a black artist because he loves black culture. He loves black people coming up. As long as it doesn't stop him from making his money, he loves black people on the come up. He supports blackness, right? He's not going to support the Russian white dude that's stealing from the culture and is married a black woman and had some light-skinned kids, but thinks he knows more about black culture than black people. That's why I'm saying if Vlad ever got vibes, which he probably won't, Vibes would probably tell him to go fuck himself, because there's no amount of money that he could give Vibes that would make him shame himself and fuck up his integrity. He would tell him straight up, like, yo, don't ask me that, bro. Go fuck yourself. Because I remember, like, a year ago, there was a Spice interview. And I swear to God, we never got the full interview. Like, I never saw it. If anybody saw it, send me the links. I'd love to watch it. He was literally talking to Spice, and it was so fucking, like, the whole interview was dumb. Like, it was like, he was asking the most stupidest questions. And I'm like, bro, you could tell Spice was not feeling that interview, because he's a trifling ass, bro. He doesn't love black culture. He loves black women. You know what I'm saying? And that's what Godfrey says. A lot of these dudes love black women but hate black men. I mean, shit, my uncles are fucking black. You know, right now they have fucking dreads and shit. Like, they'll tell you the same shit. You know, my mom, same thing. You know, a lot of my people are fucking Jamaican black people, and they'll tell you that shit. So it's like, okay, you know, this is how they think, but people say, well, you know, that's not how it goes. Well, that's how they see it. So that's why, like, when I see these Vlad interviews and he just, like, will cut off people like that, but then he didn't cut off Tony Yayo, I was like, bruh, come on, stop it. Because on the real, like, oh man, I can't even talk right now, because I'm actually getting upset, because it's like, you know, we need to stop hating on the culture, man. Like, people are too quick to not look at the positive part of the culture and always stick to the negatives. This is why I don't like watching Tyler Perry shit, because a lot of his new shit is just destroying black culture and making it funny. And it's like, bro, a lot of things that go on in any culture, why are we always praising the bad and not the good? Anyways, that was my video on Vlad and his nonsense. If you liked it, comment, like it, whatever, comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on it. I know I'm a small channel. If you listened, I thank you. I know I'm a nobody. I know I'm going to get a comment where, like, what do you know? You don't know nothing. No one knows you. But I like to get known. I got an opinion and I want it to be heard too, right? So anyways, I'll see you in the next video.